the New Jerusalem in perfection, and now it's the 8th millennium that we've entered into that is Israel without end. So that's the 8th millennium, the new beginning, and that's the fulfillment of that last great day, the 8th day. Again, that all happened sometime after the year 3021. So I hope that timeline sort of puts into a cause and effect. Remember, when Yahweh has his people write the Bible, especially when it comes to prophecy, it's always cause and effect. So something happens, which then causes something else, which then causes something else. For instance, that second red horse, that communistic war, that happens. That nuclear war happens in which the United States is wiped out and Russia and China are hit, but they win. And that directly leads to a global financial collapse. That leads in turn to this pestilence and famine that happens over a quarter of the earth as a direct result of this nuclear war. So everything, it's like a domino effect. So that second, third, fourth, fifth seal, they all happen right on top of each other. All right? Those first 4 trumpets, which are all describing nuclear war, they all happen right on top of each other, right? So all that happens very quickly. And then all of a sudden, you're at the beginning of the Great Tribulation, which is the 5th trumpet and the 6th seal. And that's when you have the counterfeit return. And notice the 7th seal is this silence. There's this half hour of silence in heaven. And it's because Satan's finally been cast out. He's no longer accusing the brethren, so there's this peace up in heaven. And it's a half hour of silence. It's sort of a selah as heaven holds its breath, and even earth now holds its breath for the Great Tribulation, which will be really bad. But then right after that, you go into the 5th trumpet, which is him being that counterfeit return. You go into and him consolidating his power. And then you got the 6th trumpet about 3.5 years later. And then you got those 7 thunders, and then the 7th trumpet, and the 7 bowls. So they all happen in successive order, and that's how it occurs. And it all occurs within, well, I should say everything from the 5th trumpet on and everything from the 6th seal on happens within the 3.5 year period. The first 4 trumpets and the first 5 seals, they all happen within the first few months right before the Great Tribulation. So in the months leading up to Purim. So we have 3 months. We have December, January, and February. 3 months now in which we would have to see the destruction of the United States, the red seal, the 2nd seal, 3rd seal, 4th seal, and 5th seal open. The first 4 trumpets blow. We'd have to see some sort of temple or altar erected in Jerusalem where animal sacrifices go forth. We'd have to see all that occur in the next 3 months in order for the Great Tribulation to begin this next winter. Is it likely that that's going to happen? Well, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of things right now that look like they're about to explode with the situation of Myanmar, with the situation in North Korea, with the situation in the Middle East. There's just a lot of tension right now in the world, and with Trump at the helm, anything could happen at any time. So we're just going to have to see. Either we're in for one heck of a winter, and that Great Tribulation is going to begin in March, or Yah's going to hold things back, and we'll have more time to reach the lost. So we'll see. But I would suggest, assuming the worst and hoping for the best, and that would be assuming the worst is that the Great Tribulation will begin in early March, which means you only have 3 months, possibly less, to be evangelizing. Because once that Great Tribulation begins, that's darkness, where no man works except the 2 witnesses. They'll be out there preaching, and then if you're a martyr, you might be a witness. But other than that, there's no more Great Commission at that point. So if the Great Tribulation begins in March, you got 3 months, and maybe less, because during these next 3 months, we're going to see the destruction of the United States and all these things if this is what happens. So I would encourage you to evangelize and preach and reach out to your friends and family in the lost as much as you can if this is what's about to happen. All right, this is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. I want to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom, a wonderful Sabbath. It is the 14th day of the 9th Hebrew month, which means we're only now 11 days away from Hanukkah. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. If we have 2 weeks now until Hanukkah, essentially we have less than 2 weeks now. 11 days, less than 2 weeks till Hanukkah. If we're going to see a temple, a false apostate temple built or an altar built by Hanukkah, that means some major things are going to happen in the next couple of weeks. So I'm excited. We'll see what happens. All right, y'all bless you, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries.